Hey you guys, welcome to this week's tutorial. So I ended up pressing record before or after I put on my primer. So I have primer on and now I'm just putting on foundation, the lighter foundation in the middle of my face. So this week is a little different, you guys. I'm like taking probably about 20 minutes to get ready for a virtual date. Yes, you heard it here. I have started dating. And so I'm getting ready for a video call. So I'm trying to kind of do my makeup really fast in order to do that, but also kind of like look like myself, but also kind of look like the pictures. You know, anybody who has done online dating gets it. So right now I am just doing my makeup for that. And so I thought I would just record it and share with you guys kind of along with the journey. Come along with me with the journey. Okay, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so this is me doing my makeup to get ready for that like virtual date. So after I put on my foundation that's lighter in the center of my face, I'm now going to follow it up by putting foundation that matches my skin tone on the perimeter of my face. And I find that this is a really easy like highlight contour hack. Also, you guys, if you guys want some like additional content that's not here on YouTube, you can also find some stuff on Instagram, some pictures that are not here on YouTube, some like recordings that I've recorded for YouTube but like ended up being rejected because I just thought they weren't good enough for YouTube, so I put them on Instagram. So please come and join me there too. So naturally I was in a rush and I got some concealer in my hair when I was concealing underneath my eyes, but I figured instead of trying to get it out, oh no, I tried to get it out, no, sorry, past self wasn't listening to future self. My future self, the one that's recording the voiceover right now, would have just left it. But past self thought I could just pull it out. Anyway, I think I pulled out as much as I could and just kind of left it, and I'm gonna just put some water on my hair a little later and it'll take it all out. But obviously that shows that I was also nervous and rushing. So now I'm just using the beauty blender to blend underneath my eyes. Scared of the light more than the dark. Scared of the truth so much more than the lie. I'm scared for it. I'm scared. Now I'm gonna take a concealer that's probably like three to four shades darker than me, and kind of conceal the whole bottom half of my chin at an angle. And I used to just put concealer just on my cheeks, but I find that doing this concealer actually does help to kind of minimize and kind of create that oval shape and draw attention to the center of my face than anything else. And I think that this way actually helps to carve out my shape base even better. So I'm applying that, and the only place that I'm not applying contour is like along the temples. I'm just kind of doing from brow to brow and then kind of from ear to jaw down and along my, ear to chin and then along my jawline. After that, I take a beauty blender and blend it all out so that it's a little bit more blended and even. I'm scared for me. I'm scared of beautiful. After that, I take some translucent powder on a loose powder brush and apply that directly underneath my eye and onto my eyelid to prep it for eye makeup. I used to kind of press that powder on this area underneath my eye, but I'm finding that it's starting to look very heavy. So to avoid that, I'm just applying it with a brush. But then I'm going to switch my tool a little later and apply translucent powder, I think on my cheeks with a sponge. That's usually what I do because the skin on my cheeks, I have larger pores in that area. Y'all, again, I am in a rush, right? So I'm not as precise with my brows as I usually am. So I just take the pencil that matched my brows the closest but was still lighter than my brow color and kind of filled them in loosely, and then go over it with a spoolie in order to kind of soften out that pencil look. But it just kind of gave more of a soft, natural brow than something that's a little bit more precise. Beautiful. So now with a big fluffy brush, I'm going to take my contour powder and work this into my eye socket, keeping it pretty close to the brow just so that my eyes are a little bit larger and I give a little bit more definition. And I'm using this contour powder opposed to another, eyeshadow color is because, again, I'm in a rush, so I know for sure this contour powder is just going to match my skin tone, but also it's going to keep my face looking very natural. Like, I don't want to look overdone or anything like that. I want to look like myself. So I'm just making sure to keep this really close to my eyebrows and also kind of all the way to the socket of my eye. Then I change the brush and I go in with a kind of a tighter brush, and I use that same color just to kind of accentuate the outer third of my eye just a little bit. I mean, it's probably not even that noticeable, but it's just a little bit on the outer corner. These walls no more. You can't tell me why you're so terrified of beautiful. Then with the smudger brush and cocoa in that same contour color, I'm going to pull this color underneath my eye because it's just going to kind of contour underneath my eye. There's always a natural kind of like hump underneath the eye, underneath the eyelid, so that kind of just sets it back. It's just a trick that I use. Honestly, on camera you probably won't really see it, but without it, like under eye lines or anything like that can be more visible. So it kind of just also helps to take away the appearance of that, but not much, but it helps. And then again, to stay very natural, I'm going to apply a small wing on my outer lid with the liquid eyeliner pen, and then a very thin line on the inner corner of my eye line, just to kind of thicken my lash line, but not necessarily have a noticeable eyeliner look. Oh, so I guess I do go in with a puff and some more translucent powder. I tell you, when I'm in a rush, I don't even know who I am. But yeah, okay, so I take a puff and I put more translucent powder, and I'm assuming because I want a little bit heavier coverage, because this is like a video call. So, just have my skin look as smooth as possible. And then I also take an eyeshadow and put some translucent powder on my lid, because I'm not really putting a lot of, eyeshadow colors and all of that. I want to just keep it very natural and neutral, but I also can't keep a naked lid because there's liquid and creams on there from the foundation, so it's just going to kind of eventually just crease. Then I put some mascara on my top lashes. And finish off putting powder all over the face that actually matches my skin tone. Then I'm going to take some black eyeliner and put that in my waterline, and that is that line that's above the bottom lashes. And I'm going to do this because I think it just gives my eyes a little bit of definition, especially in a camera. Without it, my eyes kind of get a little bit lost, but I think that this just kind of emphasizes the white of my eyes a little bit more, and also kind of emphasizes my bottom lashes as well. Now I'm going to put on a full lash, and these are pretty long and full, and that's because, on a video camera, my natural lashes are just going to get lost. It's just going to look like they're just not there. So I'm putting on this false lash, not a half lash, but a full, full lash, and I promise you, on camera, I will look more like myself, like in person. So if this was just like a regular date, I may just put on false lashes, but I won't do it to look like myself. That will kind of just be like an exaggerated part of myself. So I'm putting on false lashes in order to look like myself on camera, if that makes any sense at all. Now I'm going to put on liquid highlighter and then blend it out with a beauty blender, kind of in an oval shape along my cheekbone. And then I'm going to put powder highlighter on top of that to emphasize the highlight. Honestly, highlighting me and cameras, it just looks much more natural when I'm highlighted in those areas. I don't know why, it just looks better, but yeah, so I'm applying that powder on top of the liquid because the liquid will just help to enhance the powder and just kind of give it a little bit of oomph. I had to stop halfway through applying the highlighter because the second lash was ready to apply with the glue. How many of y'all, when you guys get in a rush, like it's just chaos all over the place? It's just, there's no like rhyme or reason or order. It's just what can be done like right now. Yeah, that's where I am. So I'm so glad you're here and we can relate and be friends. Now I'm going to go back to that eye blending brush, the stiffer one, the second brush that I used, and that contour powder that was still on there, and contour the sides of my nose and also the tip of my nose, just because on camera, you know, it's just going to look a little bit better for my nose to be contoured like that. And then I'm going to take a powder brush and bronze my face, and I'm going to basically bronze all the areas where I applied contour. Oh, nope, that's not what I'm doing. I am actually using this as a blush. Past Juliana has tripped me up again, so I'm actually using this color as a blush really quickly on my cheekbones and applying it in circular motions. And then I'm going to take hot coral and just a little bit, and it's kind of an orangey blush, and apply this directly to the apples of my cheeks. But I just applied a tiny bit. Actually, I applied a little too much, so I went back to my beauty blender to take a little bit off. After that, I applied a lip gloss that just complemented whatever I was wearing, because I didn't really know what I was wearing or what I was going to kind of throw on. And so I just applied a lip gloss that kind of matched my lips. And this is Tawny Nude, which is kind of like a very deep mauve color lip gloss, and just kind of matches my lip color perfectly. So it's just kind of that my lips but better look, and that is the look, you guys. I did this in under 19 minutes. Then I put on some earrings and I changed my blouse. I have on stretch pants underneath because, I mean, hello. And that's the look, you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.